Hello guys, welcome back to 1878 Blues Everton 3, SPURSY 2. Yeah, just before we get into this match reaction, like, comment, subscribe. Let's hit 900 subs. I see a lot of people watching these videos and not liking the videos or even subscribing at all. So do us a favour and help us out. It's the only way I'm going to get this bigger and hopefully can start doing watch-alongs soon, which everyone should be entertained by because we are normally dreadful. So there'll probably be a lot of crying and all kinds of sad emotions going with it. But yeah, massive win for us. Moyes' first win since returning to the club. A game where I thought before coming into it, I was going, Moyes didn't have much time before the Villa game, even though I still expected better from the players. And we could have still nicked a draw in that game. And then I thought, well, we've got a few days time, we've got Spurs, and he's going to have a bit more emphasis. Not the right word. He's going to have a bit more input into the squad. Settle down a little bit for a couple of days and just find out more about the players, and obviously found out a lot about the game, the players after the Aston Villa match. So I wasn't expecting completely different, but today you've seen it's a lot more different than I was expecting. But at the same time, I think Spurs was there, and you wouldn't want to pick, like Jamie Carragher said in the commentary, if you want to pick a team to have a chance against, and probably have a bit more space as well, and to attack them and whatnot, then Tottenham are the team. I don't know what Andrew's doing. I don't honestly know how this guy's still in the dugout for Tottenham. I don't really understand. Any other manager would have been sacked by now. The 15th. I mean, with some of the players they've got, that's shambolic. They've had the two centre backs out for a lot of the season and whatnot, but history tells itself. Van der Ven's been here before. Romero's had a few injuries and suspensions. At the end of the day, they bought that defender, Radisson, what's his name? I can't even remember his name now. Anyway, I think he's Romanian, the defender who's playing today. And, they've got the 18-year-old, I forgot all the names. I don't even know what's going on. He was in defence today if you watched the game. They still should be better than what they're doing. They've won games. I think they beat Liverpool 1-0 or 2-1 or something. In the cup. I'm sure them two played in the centre-back position. They beat other teams as well with them two in the back. So, there shouldn't be an excuse, especially against Everton. We can't hit a barn door. And, you've got someone like Calvert-Lewin who's, again, as always, seems to be low in confidence. And it's just not good enough. And still, despite what happened today, you see other parts of him still in the game and you're like, it's still not good enough. It's still not good enough. It's not what we should be looking for and keeping in the future, in my opinion. But, I've got to give him credit when I've got to give him credit. It was an amazing goal. And I kind of laughed to myself and in hysterics. Not in hysterics, but I was laughing and in complete utter shock of what he did with his feet in that box. It's just fantastic, even though, again, all the goals poor from Spurs, but still we had a lot of work to do, and the finish was fantastic as well. It looked like someone who's been scoring 20-25 goals a season. That was the type of goal it was from a striker who would be scoring that many every season. So it's unbelievable. When that happened, I was going, this is too good to be true. And then, again, Spurs don't really change much. And you can't blame him in a way as well for setting up that way, because we don't do anything going forward. But yeah, no, just I thought Lindstrom had his best game by a country mile. It's fantastic to see him start as well. Harrison dropped to the bench. Not too many changes, but he put O'Brien right back again. I thought he did great as well. Shouldn't have gone off in my opinion, but I'll speak about that in a bit. but Lynchton it was all on his side as well at first, and he was just completely like just causing mayhem over there. He was just pressing brilliantly, even on the board as well. He was quick with his thinking. Crosses coming in all game was the majority of them was really good. And just there was a pace about Everton, even letting go of the ball quicker. A bit more movement going about as well. I've been moaning about that for ages, a lack of movement, isolating players to expect certain Everton players to go past 2 or 3 players to open up some play by themselves. Like Ndiaye, we just seem to, not all the time, but we seem to leave him a lot because we expect him to just dribble past everyone. It doesn't work that way. There needs to be more support on the ball than just off the ball. So, yeah, fantastic. And then I switched over to Ndiaye's side. He got into the game more. I just love the way he plays. I love his aggression. I love the way he runs. Like, there's something about Ndiaye that I just can't help. But I just want the best for him. Like, he's got hunger in his run. That's the thing. I don't know how I can even explain it. He's very unique the way he plays to anyone else I've seen in the league. And I can't moan on him too much because how many goals are we expecting him to score? He's had his fair few chances there and there, but he's not a natural goal scorer, isn't he? So, people still go, he needs to improve more on his stats. I'm going, it's not just a one-man team. I feel like he's being by far our best player in attacking sense. Other players need to chip in or help him out as well. So his goal was amazing. Remind me a little bit weirdly, it's not too much like Manuel Fernandez goal against United all them years ago. Just a little, I forgot the skill move, but it's like a little crossover with his feet. He seems to do that all the time. Hopefully he doesn't get found out and if he's got more skills in his locker. But yeah, just goes past Dragerson, I think that's his name. Smashes in the top corner, unbelievable, amazing. Like I said, defensively terrible for them. I think Dragerson should have come out quicker, knowing with the amount of space there was when the ball was given to Ndiaye. 2-0 up, but obviously as an Evertonian, you can't relax at all. I'm never going to relax, to be honest. I've seen too many mess-ups, and even today, towards the end, it looked like that as well. But yeah, third goal went in. I think Mangala had a shot as well. I think Cavallin, like I said, had a number of chances. The goalkeeper was decent today. Nothing he could really do, to be honest. But yeah, Mangala hit the post from a save from their goalkeeper. And Tottenham had a fair few chances with Son. Should have done better. He's been off form this season as well. But yeah, it's become like a very open game, and I was getting a bit nervous because I'm going, well, our players aren't the fastest. Tottenham do like to attack, they can score goals. Kuleweski was doing me head in because I just know how good he is. He's just drifting around in areas, he's just class. Kuleweski, I don't think he'll be there at Tottenham next season, to be honest. But is it DJ Spence? Is that what they call him? But they're left or right back Spencer from Nottingham Forest when he used to play for them. I thought he was brilliant today. Defensively, I haven't focused too much on what he did defensively, but from what I could see attacking wise, he was just going past our players brilliantly, like a proper winger. And he deserved a bit better today. Porro on the other side wasn't great at all. Got bullied today, to be honest. Yeah, they had a few chances in the first half, nothing major though, apart from the 2 Son chances. And yeah, I've got that third goal before half time. Again, poor marking from Spurs, and then it's on the back post, and I think it's Dragson and what's his name, the lad from Leeds, Gray. There we go. I know O'Brien was at the back post, and I was hoping he was going to tap it in, but I think it looked like it could have gone behind him, and just the size of him, I think it could have been hard for him to finish it. I don't know. Either way, Gray stuck it in. 3-0, unbelievable. I'm not a big Spurs fan, to be honest. Like, not a fan anyway, but because obviously I'm an Everton fan, but I've just never liked Spurs. We always used to compete with them back in the day, and they've let me down in so many individual moments in games when I need them to win or want them to win. So, yeah, I just can't stand them. I'm sure the fans will be all right, because I can look at them like we're like us to Liverpool, and they're in the shadow of Arsenal. But yeah, at the same time, they do me head in. And yeah. Second half, and then, yeah, it wasn't too different in the second half. A bit more pressure from Tottenham, but nothing major. I said, again, they had a number of chances in the second half. You know, it increased a lot more. Actually, no, it didn't, actually. What am I on about? We had our fair few chances, to be honest, and we could have killed the game off a lot sooner. But they could have had a penalty shout, but it would have been soft. God, it's hard to remember that much happened in the game. That's a few hours ago now, to be honest. I'm recording this quite late, but yeah, they didn't have the first shot on target. I think it was in sort of like the 70th something minute. I think it was with Madison. But we've made changes at some point where Lindstrom was getting a bit rash, and I was thinking, you know, he needs to calm down. I think that's all that was needed to be told. Because you can have a fair, 5 minutes, and sometimes that means that they're tired and whatnot. But looking at our bench, we had 2 goalkeepers, Beto, we had Sheriff as well, we had Armstrong, Harrison, which is not doing you any favours of bringing him on. And that shows what I think Moyes thinks about it by not bringing him on and swapping him for Lindstrom. But he puts on, who's he put on? Ashley Young, just couldn't get into the game. Yeah, I thought that was a bit of a mistake because when he took Ndiaye off as well, I thought you're just taking the 2 players, of course, and Spurs problems on the counter, and then you leave in that space again with Decore and Calvert-Lewin with no one really supporting, because again, we put defensive-minded players in, and it just opened the game up for Spurs, and they just have freedom then, and they could just get at us. And the goal comes from Pickford being very rash. I don't think he needed to. I think he was starting to get bored, to be honest, so that's why he ran out the way he did, messed up. And then there's still 3 or 4 players there, but the finish from Kulusevski was fantastic. Just very frustrating that we had very big centre-backs who couldn't reach it. But, 3-1, 70-something, 7 minutes gone or whatever. And I was just like, there we go. It's just going to be non-stop now. And obviously Richarlison come on. He had a couple of chances. 2 flashes of goals, something. I went straight to our goalkeeper, and you always worry that he's going to score and just, have a moment. And then, right at the end, basically like a minute or 2 before the end, and it was all Tottenham at this point, we just couldn't get the ball, and it was just really frustrating because he also put the only issue, I think, with Moyes today, with any of the substitutions mainly, was putting Keane on for O'Brien. That made absolutely no sense to me, unless there was an injury. I didn't see any. O'Brien played really well that day, reverted back to centre-back position, part of a back three of Tarkowski and Brownthwaite after the changes David Moyes made. And I don't get it. I really don't get it. I just think it's always dodgy putting a centre-back in that type of games. Like that time, I know we're 2 goals up, but then obviously in Everton this season, anything's possible. So it didn't make any sense. It felt pointless. I don't know if he was just trying to take time off, but he always seemed to add it on anyway for the additional time. So it felt pointless to me, and he was false at the goal because he let Richarlison slip past him, which he should know how Richarlison is and how he gets to goals. And it's poor from Michael Keane. But I partially blame David Moyes for bringing him on. And he sneaks to the back post and smashes it in from a fantastic ball from Mikey Moore. And then it was just squeaky bum time for a minute and a half, 2 minutes, because again, anything could happen. Tottenham. Commentators wasn't helping with their kind of the way he was talking that, this is Tottenham and this is how things can go. And they always have crazy games, and you're thinking, please don't Everton just don't. I wasn't even relaxed at 3-0, but God, 3-2, I was just like, do not do this. Honestly, there's teams around us dropping points. Just get the win and get out of here and get one over Tottenham finally. And full time. Great win for Everton. Also, Decore today, out of anyone today, Decore, to me, was terrible. And he won't have much of a future in this club if we start progressing up the table and progressing in terms of how we play, because he's someone who's just, I don't trust him in the centre midfield because he's not good defensively, in my opinion. He's very rash defensively. He has his moments where he does a good tackle and whatnot, but you don't trust him to be a full-time player in that position. And then, you know, in that attacking thing, it's good when we had certain players and a style of play that was like survival mode, where it's getting to the point where we shouldn't be playing like that just to survive in games and long balls and this and that. Like, I'm not saying we have to play tippy-tappy football because it actually kind of bores me, that, to be honest. But we're playing very, just a style that's not entertaining at all in the slightest. And the Corey thrives off loose balls and the odd counter attack if we don't mess it up half the time. And that's how he used to score his goals. And I just don't think that's the style of player we're going to want in the future. And I just thought, again, today he was very poor, like he has been most of the season. And, you know, he'd be lucky to still have a start. And, you know, I think if McNeil comes back, I think, like I said, Lindstrom or Ndiaye is going to fit into that number 10 role the Corey's been playing in. I think he'll drop to the bench in the next game. But aside from that, I thought Pickford was a little bit rash in this game as well at times with just some of the stuff he's doing. So, apart from that, great win. Preferred to just get a clean sheet because I didn't think Tottenham was really threatening at all. And even a 3-1, I was like, just get the 3-1 and then to score again. You know, goal difference could matter in this relegation battle. Obviously ours is quite superior, and you know, Ipswich getting beat 6-0 today has helped a lot, but you know, you just don't want to rely on that, and just conceding sloppy goals like that at the end does not help. And I think Moyes needs to learn is what it was hard because he didn't have many players to bring on, and players could get tired and stuff and whatnot. But I just think he's a bit rash in some of his substitutions today, and some of them didn't make any sense. And yeah, but yeah, got the win. That's the main thing. We scored 3 goals, 2 goals from open play. You can see the own goals, open play as well, but from our own players scoring, yeah, unbelievable. So yeah, made up. And we move on to the next game against Brighton away. It's just beating United, and I like teams beating, you know, having a good vein of form, because if they're losing, there seems to be, in my opinion, more of a hunger to win, even more just to like make up for a loss or something. They've won 2 in a row now, and I know they didn't win for like 10 or 11 games, but they're going to be hungry. You know, I just prefer, it's weird because we'll probably still get beat, but I just think if we can play the way we did today, a bit more positive with the board and whatnot, you know, we could cause Brighton problems, but I think Brighton are a better team than us. So, you know, the main thing is we got a win today. We've took a bit of pressure off with that, you know, Dominic Calvert-Lewin scoring record this season. You know, he's got a goal now. Hopefully he can kick on maybe with a little bit of form. You know, Moyes getting his first win, taking the pressure off his back. And yeah, 3 points is big. And yeah, we just move on to Brighton and see what happens. So anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all soon up the fucking toffees.